Help us reach the cursed 999 subscribers to get a special video for all of us fans. If you want a story from a specific character, put it in the comments section. This video was proposed by Jacob Sherbert. So, look alive and let us continue our little tour. Before 2007, Walt Disney World's Haunted Mansion used to have 11 sinister portraits that would depict ancient relatives and/or inhabitants from the Hudson River Mansion. I made a video of all of them. Please, do check it out if you have not. One of these portraits was that of a witch holding a black cat inside a cave filled with witchcraft paraphernalia. What are those objects? They were not chosen lightheadedly by Mark Davis, who made this original concept. Let us analyze this paraphernalia first. It is important. According to the long-forgotten blog, most of this paraphernalia came from a book found in Walt Disney Imagineering, filled with illustrations on how to make witchcraft. Back in the far corner, we can see a hand with candles. That is a hand of glory. It was a hand cut from a hanged man, then pickled for its conservation, and finally, candles made from the fat of the hanged man were placed in each of the fingers. The wick of these candles were made from the hair of the deceased man. The purpose of his hand was to paralyze any victim that stood in front of it, or looked at it. In some of the cases, with some incantations, it was used to induce coma on a chosen victim. The hand pointing at us, therefore, it is intended to paralyze us, or the painter. Behind her are a series of concentric circles. These are for conjuring infernal spirits, so we can assume a conjuring has begun by the time the painting was made. Skulls were used for divination and necromancy. This witch apparently is using them for the latter, since divination required the skull lid to be taken apart to read the misfortune or good fortune to come. The skulls aid the necromancer as a vessel, holding the essence, the spirit with which she tries to communicate. Therefore, she is dealing with some serious spirits and has the hand and the skulls to manage such energies. There is another necromancer in the mansion, Leota, of whom I've also made a video. Do check it out. The official name of this painting is the Witch of Walpurgis. Walpurgis is a pagan celebration occurring the night of April the 30th, where witches of all sorts come out to invoke the demons and spirits, similar to a black mass. This subject was previously used by Disney as a reference for Night on Bald Mountain, where the devil summons spirits, witches, and demons. The original artwork was to include Baphomet, a popular demon used in witchcraft, but it all seemed too difficult to read from a fast doom buggy that crossed through dimly lit hallways. Davis ultimately made a simpler version and abandoned the demonic witch idea in favor of a more Halloween-esque popular witches, which never made it into the ride. This portrait exists in the Walt Disney Mansion. In Tokyo, it still has its follow you eye effect. But who is this lady and what is she doing in the mansion? Was she a relative or a fictional character in the portrait? The witch was born in Germany somewhere in the early 17th century. She was daughter of a midwife who also cured other women with herbs and medicinal knowledge. As she grew, she learned the trade but was also influenced by other women into doing some dark magic. The girl practiced in a Walpurgis night celebration where she signed her name in the Book of the Devil, promising her soul in exchange for some power that she would have to learn how to master. When she was a young woman, about 27, witchcraft persecution began heavily in several German regions, forcing her to flee. She escaped to the Netherlands. She met with other expats, these ones though, from England, looking for sponsors to to go to the New World. She managed to help those English families to get a boat to escape Europe and into America, where she thought nobody would chase her again. Little did she know she had escaped with the Puritans. Upon arriving to Massachusetts, she began to withdraw from society to learn more about her dark powers. She even learned some magic from the Wampanoag until she was prosecuted for witchcraft and judged. She was taken to prison, but with the aid of her basic magic knowledge, she managed to escape. She went to live in a cave and used all sorts of charms to protect herself from intruders, since she still needed to leave someone close to European settlers to trade for some products. As revenge, she lured men from many towns to kill them in her sacrifices. She used young women to keep her alive and young, for if she died, her soul would go straight to hell. Seeking immortality, she consulted all sorts of spirits and even demons, whom almost killed her. The devil, knowing that this woman had lived long enough, decided to fetch her. She would use her charms to paralyze him or delay his fetching. The witch fled south and built an enormous wooden estate. She decided to remain low, that is, to perform no magic so that the devil would not find her. A powerful general wanted the house, but she refused to sell. He then harassed her and menaced her. Tired of that, she performed some magic and placed a curse on all his family. Warned by this, the devil returned for her. She decided to trap the devil in a painting. Yet the devil rebounded the spell and trapped the witch in a portrait, which the general kept as a souvenir in his house. The old wooden house was demolished, and a new brick house erected. Another witch, Madame Leota, felt the power of the witch's portrait. She attempted to establish contact, but no words came out. She then used instruments to get hints. The latter worked. She learned that the witch sought to get out. She needed Leota's help. Leota, fearing the great power of this witch, did not release her and left the portrait alone. Several inhabitants thought the eyes of the frozen witch followed them on their way to the library, but thought it an illusion of the light. The witch remains there, trapped by her own hand, awaiting to be released. So, do you know any other story about this witch? Do you like her portrait? Which other character would you like discussed here in Stories from the Mansion? This has been all for now, but be sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all a little later.